All right, everyone, we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna walk around and teach like I normally would. It's hard to kind of keep a fast pace and I have to move this cursor off my nose and teach at the same time. So this will all be basically you listening to my voice like you would on any Sunday. There will not be anything for you to look at. So it's a great opportunity to be on your mat, take some deep breaths, practice, just you and your mat. Don't have to look up at the computer. Just go with the flow. As always, you modify, you take it up or down when you need to, take breaks when you need to. This will be much like a Sunday class, just without the heat. We'll make our own heat, I don't know. I hope everyone's doing really well. It's crazy times, and I'm so glad that we have this platform so we can all practice and bring practice to you all and kind of have a space to do what we like to do and to hopefully bring a tiny sense of calm to everyone here. So let's all start in child's pose, knees wide, toes touching. We'll just settle in here. We won't worry about our breath. We won't worry about starting to activate in child's pose. Just be here on your mat in this space, wherever you are. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to breathe. And when you're here, when you're settled, take that big deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Then we'll take another big deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Take an inhale, and on that next exhale, let's walk hands over to the right. Pulling your hips down to your heels, pulling breath in through the left side body. Maybe taking that left palm, placing it on top of your right. And then as you inhale, come back through center and exhale over to the left. Drawing hips back down, making space in the right side body as you breathe in and out, palm coming on top of the left hand. Inhale back through center and begin to crawl your fingertips forward, those forearms and elbows drawing up off your mat, your belly drawing into the spine, activating your child's pose. Maybe pressing the forehead into the mat, rocking side to side, clearing out that third eye center, fingertips coming up on the mat, fully activated, fully lengthening in child's pose. And then let's inhale, rise, tabletop, shoulder stacking over the wrist, hips stack over the knees. Start to move through your cats and cows, round through the spine, tuck chin in towards your chest, pull the belly up to the spine, hold that space here. Really round, tucking tighter. And then when you're ready, open up your heart to the front of the mat, finding your cow. Let's take a few rounds here on your own of cats and cows, using your breath to move you, rounding the spine, opening the heart. Continue here until you're ready to find some organic movement. We'll be in this space for about 5 to 6 breaths, just moving with our bodies, moving with our breath. Let's get 2 more breaths here. And remember, we're using this breath in and out through our nose to create that heat that some of us are missing from class. So keep that breath steady, building warmth from the inside. Meet me back in a tabletop. Let's walk those hands forward, a baby step each. Lift your hips, downward facing dog, upside down V. Walk your dog or find stillness. We'll take 3 breaths here, bending the knee, pressing the opposite heel to the earth, and then switching or finding that stillness, allowing the heels to drape towards the earth, hips rise, gaze toward the belly button, chest towards the thighs. Together here, let's all take a big deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, sigh it out. Let's do that together again. Inhale big through the nose, filling up. Exhale, just sigh it out. Let's all move into our high plank, adjusting if we need to those hands and those feet. And then coming back to down dog, getting that perfect down dog for our body. And then we'll meet in that high plank, and we're gonna hold here, another way to build heat. Start activating the core, breathing in your high plank. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists, bellies are drawing in, hips even, not lifted too high, or drooping towards the earth. If we look back at our feet, we can see heels stacked over the toes like an 11. We're breathing in and out through the nose. Let's come forward on the tiptoes. We're going to lower and hover in that chaturanga. So bring the elbows into the ribs. Hover at the bottom for 3, 2. On 1, press yourself back up, high plank. Come forward on the tiptoes. Let's do it again. Lower chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Press back up, top of the push-up, high plank. And lower chaturanga all the way down to your bellies. We're going to inhale that baby cobra. So you're going to use the back muscles in the core to lift the heart, not pressing your arms straight, but squeezing and lifting. Exhale, forehead taps the earth. Inhale, round 2, baby cobra, using that core, using the back, squeeze everything and lift. And exhale, forehead taps the mat. Last time, full cobra, straighten out the arms as you press yourself up, bringing the shoulder blades down your back, leading with the heart forward to the front of the mat. Lower down, press up through that high plank. Lift hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's rise high to the tiptoes. Walk yourself into a forward fold. Once at the top of your mat, our feet are about hip bones distance. That's 2 fists in between your feet. Take a slight bend in the knees, connect the chest to the thighs. Make this all about lengthening of the spine. Crown of the head towards the earth. Feeling that decompression. Some of us may be holding a lot of stress right now on those shoulders and that back and in that neck. Allow all of that to just roll off. Maybe swaying side to side or coming into ragdoll, opposite arm to opposite elbow. And breathing. Take a few more breaths here, maybe starting to sway side to side, loosening up. If you're in a bind, release, draw the belly in to meet the spine and slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Chin will be the last thing to lift. Arms are down by our side in that mountain pose when we get to the top. Close your eyes here. Take the hands to heart center. Let's set an intention for this practice. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up overhead, looking up at your thumbs, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale as you halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise, come all the way up. Let your palms touch, look up. Exhale, fold right back down, forward fold. On the inhale, halfway lift, flatten out that back. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rise, come up, starting to move a little faster, connecting breath and movement when the thumbs touch. Exhale, that's the cue to find your fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, last half, sun A, rise, come all the way up. Start to add your back bend, hips forward, hearts lift, baby back bends. We just got started. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Palm the mat, step back. Let's hold that first high plank together. Hold that high plank. Maybe we're ready to just crank up the heat a little bit and we lift that right foot slightly up off the mat. If you lifted the right foot, lower it back down, high plank, come forward, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, hearts lift, downward facing dog, hips rise. We'll get to that left foot lift on the next round. Inhale, rise high to the tiptoes. Exhale, fold top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, back is flat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise, come up, back bend's getting a little bigger here, heart's opening. Exhale, you fold. On the inhale, halfway lift. Palm the mat, exhale, step back, hold high plank number 2. You get settled into the high plank, shoulders over wrists, hips even. Then maybe lift that left foot up off the ground slightly. That shake that some of you might be feeling, that's our bodies letting us know we're here, we're feeling it, we're warming up, we're together. Left foot lowers to the ground, come forward on those tiptoes, lower chaturanga, keep the elbows in tight. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise high to the tiptoes. Exhale, empty the breath, fold top of your mat. Inhale as you half lift. Exhale, we fold. Reach and rise, come up, back bend's getting a bit bigger here, reaching taller. Exhale, fold. 2 more rounds of that sun A, halfway lift. Palm the mat like a wave, ride the exhale, back and down, chaturanga. Inhale, big breath, hearts open. Exhale, upside down V, downward facing dog. 1 breath here. On the next inhale, rise high to the tiptoes. Empty the breath as you float the toes to the wrists, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, back is flat. Exhale, fold, and then rise, come all the way up, biggest back bend yet. Reach back, look back, eyes stay open. That's where the body will follow. Exhale, fold through heart center. On the inhale, half lift, flatten out that back, and then ride the wave of the exhale, back and down. Inhale up, exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, in and out through the nose. Working on keeping that steady breath in these practices. When we're in the studio, we have our neighbors to remind us to breathe, and now we really have to rely on that part of yoga that we know. We have to breathe on our own, in and out through our nose, reminding ourselves it's okay to breathe. Inhale, right leg rises. Cheetah, knee to nose, pull that knee in tight. 3 points. Warrior 1, bring your right foot in between your hands, pivot that back heel to the ground, and on the inhale, that's when you sweep the arms up. Working on my left hip, coming in line with the right, by reaching that left hip forward. Make sure that back heel is down in our Warrior 1. Right thigh parallel, knee tracking over towards the pinky toe, belly's in tight, Uddiyana Bandha, arms reaching up overhead, energetic fingers. On your next exhale, striker salute. Straighten out that front leg. Take your hands to the ground, forehead to the ankle. Some of us may be needing to step in a little bit with that left foot. Breathe and hold here. Just like on a Sunday, we're going to go through the first round of these flows a little slower, and then we'll speed them up. Breathe here into the back of the legs. On your next inhale, we're going to open for triangle. So inhale, reach that left arm open. My right fingertips maybe slightly coming up towards the right ankle, the shin, or maybe I can keep them to the ground, or I have a block at home or something. Hold it here. Find that triangle. Try to get between those two panes of glass, stacking shoulders and hips. On your next exhale, vinyasa, step back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale as you bring your left leg high to the sky. Cheetah, knee to nose, belly's drawing in, knee is touching that forehead. Get tight here, pull everything in the midline. 3-point, bring that left leg back high to the sky. Warrior 1, bring your left foot in between your hands. That back heel is in and down. On the inhale, that's when the arms sweep up. Remember, inhales lift. Hold it here. Reach the fingertips up. Get the parallel on the left thigh. Root down into that right foot. That pinky toe side of our right foot's rooting into the mat. We're strong here in our Warrior 1. Couple more breaths, making sure that knee's tracking to the pinky toe, bringing the right hip forward in line with the left, lifting on that in-breath. Exhale, strikers, legs straightens, hands to frame the foot, forehead to ankle. Pulling breath into the back of the leg, that stuck energy or those tight muscles, whatever you want to call it, our breath can open us up there. Scan the body, see where you're holding tension, release, and see what space we can open up with that breath. Take 2 more breaths, maybe bringing that forehead closer to the ankle, stretching out the back of the legs just a little bit more, not pushing ourselves too far. And then on that inhale, let's open triangle, left fingertips to the ground or up towards the ankle, maybe a block, or you can use anything at home. Phone book, if I don't even know if they still send those out, but phone book or something, books, find something to make a block and open yourself up. Shoulders are stacking, that bottom collarbone is pulling up to the sky. Let's hold it here for 3, 2, exhale, vinyasa, step back, high to low plank, inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna roll through that 2 times a little bit faster, 1 breath, 1 movement. You guys there, add anything you wanna add into your practice, just know that it's your practice still. I'm here to guide you. Inhale, right leg rises. Cheetah, knee to nose, and pull everything in tight. 3-point leg lifts. Warrior 1, right foot in between your hands, back heel in and down. The in-breath brings you up, retain the breath at the top. Exhale, strikers, leg straightens, forehead to ankle. Inhale, we open triangle, getting long here. Exhale, vinyasa, hands down to frame your foot, step back, maybe add your push-ups. Some of us I know are working on those handstands, add it here. Downward facing dog, 1 breath. Inhale, left leg rises. Cheetah, knee to nose, everything draws in. My belly starting to pull tighter into the spine. 3-point leg rises. Warrior 1, left foot in between my hands. Inhale as we rise, come up, big breath that brings the heart high to the sky. Exhale, strikers, hands down to frame, legs straightens, forehead to ankle, breathe. Inhale, open triangle, bottom collarbone reaching, shoulders stacking. And then exhale like a wave, step down and back. From downward facing dog, let's take that 1 breath and we'll move through 1 more time here. Inhale, right leg rises. Cheetah, knee to nose. 3-point. Warrior 1. Inhale, come up, big breath, rise. Exhale, strikers. Inhale, open triangle, heart really shining to that left side of your mat. And then exhale, step back and down, find that high to low plank. Upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Last time here, left leg rises, reach it high. Cheetah, knee to nose, pull that knee in. 3-point. Warrior 1, bring that foot in between your hands as you rise. Remember that back heel is pivoting down. Exhale. Strikers, leg straightens, forehead to ankle. Let's inhale, open triangle. Exhale, vinyasa. Beautiful. Let's hold here, 3 breaths. Rise high to your tiptoes. Bend the knees, look where you're going. Try that hop. Bring the toes to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out that back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise, come all the way up. Reach up, look up. Maybe you want to reach back and continue working on your back bends. Exhale, you fold. Let's inhale, sweep the ground. Utkatasana chair, get low. Look down, make sure you can see your toes. Make sure your heart's open. Let's all straighten out our arms. So for some of us, straight arms look like this. Others will be able to get their arms straight up overhead. I want those shoulder blades tucking into your back pockets and your heart shining to the front of your mat. Sink a little bit lower. Take your hands to heart center. Round 1, when we twist, we're going to play for a few minutes. So we're going to stay here. So inhale, lift. Exhale, twist left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And let's play around here. Maybe you want to work into your side crows, or you want to open out those arms. Any sort of arm balance you're working on. We'll be here for about 7 more breaths in those side crows. If we're not quite there, if we can't get that elbow to the outside of the knee, bring it to the inside of the knee. You can still work to twist. You're drawing the belly in. You're pulling the bottom collarbone up. You got 3 more breaths here. If you're flying or you're somewhere else, start to slowly make your way back into chair with that prayer twist. Now we're going to step our left foot back, pivot that heel 90 degrees and open up warrior 2. So again, that left foot steps back, unhook the elbow from the knee, open out the arms to a T. Look out past your right middle finger, reaching out in front. A really nice lunge in that right leg. The knee is stacking directly over the ankle. Nothing's going across the plane of our toe. The knee's opening out just a little bit toward the pinky toe. Thigh is parallel, firing up here in our right leg. We've got that heel on the ground on the left side. The pinky toe of that left foot is rooted down so much so we might feel a slight lift in our arches. Let's flip the front palm. Don't come out of your lunge like you're at home. Tell yourself, don't come out of my lunge. And then reach back, pull breath into the right side body, reverse your warrior, and be here for just a moment. Reaching and stretching, breathing. Easy twist, cartwheel the hands down. The left palm comes to the inside of the right foot. My left toes will pivot forward, super important there, and then reach that right arm up. Every time we twist, we think about a stacking of the shoulders, and the best way to think about that is that bottom collarbone shining up. Look up at your thumb if you can, not necessary. And then we're going to step back, finding your side plank. So step back, side plank, press the earth away. Find that arch from the wrist to the ankle, reaching up high. Any variation of side plank, knee to the ground, that right leg up, whatever you got. Hold it here for 3, lifting a little bit higher, 2. We're going to step forward, high lunge, right foot steps to the front of the mat. Sweep the arms up. My back heel is lifted and hold this high lunge, round 1. If you're at home, you want a little extra strength work, you can go ahead and do some of those little lunge drops. Just lowering that left knee to the ground and coming back up. We're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, standing splits, hands to the ground, straighten out the right leg and lift the left toes to the ceiling, maybe working on your handstands here. We've got this standing split, handstands, handstand prep hops for about 3 more breaths. 2, 1, let's all meet back in that forward fold. So lower that left foot to the ground, it meets the right. You're in the fold position here, hang out. On the next inhale, sweep the ground, find the chair pose, reach up, arms straight, heart lifts, shoulder blades down your back. Sink low. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lift. So remember, it's a lift through the side body, and then we twist right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Hook the elbow to the inside if we need to, or bring it to the outside. We have about 7 more breaths here to fly, reaching the arms out or coming into side crow or any other variation that you have here. Keep breathing wherever you are. If you have those arms open, stretch, reach the fingertips up even higher. Maybe you're just working on hooking the elbow to the outside of the knee today. Draw the belly in. You're going to get a little more space that way. We have 3 breaths left. If you're flying, come back into that chair with the twist. And then we're all going to step that right foot back, pivot the heel down, and on the inhale, open up, find that warrior 2. Take your time for that transition. Settle in when you get there. Then you start making those adjustments. We land, we evaluate where we are, and then we adjust. Thigh parallel on the left side, knee tracking toward that pinky toe. Maybe you need to heel toe your front foot forward a little bit so that the knee is stacked directly over your ankle. Right heel is down on the ground. That pinky toe of the right foot is rooting down. We're strong, straight, back legs, arms out to a T, looking out past that front middle finger, breathing because we don't hold breath when we hold our postures. Flip the front palm, don't come out of the lunge, reach back, reverse your warrior. Pulling breath into that side body, keep reaching, reaching, and reaching. Cartwheel your hands down, easy twist. Right hand comes to the inside of your left foot. Right toes pivot forward as your left arm reaches up. Make sure we have that palm flat. Root down in the palm. Twist a little deeper. Pull the belly in. Keep twisting. Look up if you've got that in your practice. You don't have to look up. But when we look up, notice that it does open the front side body a little bit more if we've got it. Stay rooted. This transition requires everything pulling in, ribs in, belly in, that mula bandha, pelvic floor lock. Step back, side plank to the left side of that mat. So our left hip stacks the right. We're pressing the earth away, lifting the hips. We're in that arch. Hold it here. Keep lifting. Maybe you've got that top leg lifted just a little bit. You're working on a new variation here. Maybe your knees to the ground because you've been practicing a lot of at-home yoga because there is really just not a whole lot to do. So you can be practicing 2 or 3 times a day. Maybe today is the day you need to lower that knee to the ground. Just take care of your body. Try not to overdo it. When you're ready, step forward, high lunge. My left foot comes forward, right toes pivot forward, and I reach the arms up and we hold it here. Option to get into some of those lunges where we bend the back knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to the ground, right toes touch the ceiling. Handstands, handstand prep hops available in the standing split posture. You're working on those hops, a really great spot to be at home if you're doing your practice in a living room or a bedroom or just any time, is to do it up against, I used to practice my handstands up against the side of my bed so that I didn't have full support of the wall. So it really taught me to kind of hold myself there. But I also, if I needed to fall, I would fall on a bed or on a couch as opposed to the floor or anywhere else. So that's a really good spot if you're working on handstands. Maybe that's some sort of, goal that you have while we're here at home. So that's a little cool place to try. When you're ready, let's all come back down. We're going to meet in that forward fold. Right foot meets the left. Let's inhale, halfway lift, flatten out the back. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, reach and rise, come all the way up. Back bends if you got it. Forward fold, right back down. Sweep the ground, Utkatasana chair pose. Now we're going to move a little bit faster. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lift through the ribs. Exhale, twist. Left elbow, right knee. Left foot steps back as you inhale, open warrior two. Your front palm reach back, reverse your warrior. Cartwheel your hands down. Find that easy twist. Step back, side plank. See if you can extend that leg up. And then bring it forward, high lunge, right foot in between the hands as you rise with the breath. Standing splits, handstands and handstand prep hops. We'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward fold, left meets right. Sweep the ground, Utkatasana chair pose. Sink low. We're just holding for a moment, but we still want to get low in that chair. Hands to heart center. On the inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Right elbow to the left knee, twist tight. Right foot steps back, pivot the heel, open, warrior two. Flip your front palm, don't come out of the lunge, reach back, breath through the ribs. Easy twist, cartwheel your right hand to the ground, pivot the right toes forward and reach up. Side plank, step back and hold it for 2, 1. Step forward, high lunge, arms sweep up overhead. Standing splits and handstands, handstand prep hops. We're gonna hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, reach and rise, come all the way up, reach back, look back. And fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, sweep the ground, Utkatasana chair pose, last round here. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lift up through your ribs. Exhale, twist, left elbow to the right knee, hook that knee. Step back, warrior two.
Heart transition.
Your front palm, reach back. Easy twist. Left hand comes to the ground, left toes pivot forward, right arm reaches up, look up, reach. Side plank, step back, right hip stacks the left, lift. High lunge, bring that foot forward, sweep the arms up. Hands down to frame that foot, standing splits or handstands. We'll hold this one again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and fold. Last round, sweep the ground, Utkatasana. Hands to heart center, lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Exhale, twist, get as tight as you can. We're gonna step that right foot back, pivot the back heel to the ground, open the arms out to a T, warrior two. Flip the palm, reach back, reverse your warrior, big breath. Easy twist, hands come down, right hand down, right toes pivot, left arm up. Let's step back, finding your side plank. Come back into your high lunge, step forward. Handstands, handstand prep hops, hold it here. Finding that standing split, whatever you've got for 3, 2, 1. Hang here in that fold. Let's breathe.
Good.
Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise, come all the way up. If you want to add your back bend, add your back bend. Fold right back down. Halfway lift. Vinyasa, or meet me in downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Right leg rises. Mountain climber prep. We're gonna hold that knee to the elbow, or maybe you wanna start that flight. We're gonna hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3-point right leg rises. Let's come into warrior three. Bring your right foot in between your hands. Take your left foot, press it to the back wall, straighten out that left leg. We're gonna work that pinky toe parallel to our mat so our hips don't pop up, they're in one line, square hips. You can ground that warrior three, you can take airplane arms back behind you. Interlace if you're working on that bind, or reach the arms out in front. Lots of options here for our warrior three. But breathe, whatever you're choosing, I want you to breathe. Lunge back, 3-point, bring your right leg high, bend the knee, open your hip. If you want to flip your dog, work on your wheels, work on your mad dogs, left hand, right foot. Come back through 3-point, settle here for a moment. Kundalini with the twist. Bring your right foot in between your hands, take a slight bend in that right knee. Left knee comes behind the right, so our knees are in a line. Left palms down, right arms reaching up. Squeeze tight. If you've been in my class for a couple weeks on Sundays, we've been working on that hands at prayer twist and Kundalini. Work on that here. Hook that elbow to the outside of the knee if that's where you're working. Breathe. Let's hold it for 3, 2, 1. Half moon. Take your right hand down. Untwist the body here. Get long. Reach the left fingertips up. Stack your hips. In a moment, we're going to gently step back to warrior two. When you find that step back to warrior two, take a slight bend in the right knee, step your left foot back. Before you lift the upper body, I want you to find that spot in the lower body. That's the root to rise that we talk about. So step the foot back, get that warrior two, and then bring the upper body up, warrior two. Skandasana, that side lunge to the back of your mat. So we have a bend in the left knee, knee in line with the toes. My right heel is rooted, my toes are lifted. If we're low, we want those toes lifted. A lot of options. We're gonna hold this round one. We have that bind option, taking the hand around the bent knee and hooking there. Maybe arms out in front. Always keeping the chest lifted. Whatever your option is, whatever your variation in this Skandasana, I want the hearts lifted, the shoulders back, the chest proud. Let's hold here for 3, 2, 1. Stay low when you get to the front of the mat. Inhale, high lunge, using this to transition. Exhale, vinyasa, hands down to frame your foot. Step back, high to low plank. Inhale up, exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg rises. Mountain climber prep, choose to fly or hold the knee to the elbow for 5, 4, maybe you're working on that chin stand. 3, 2, 1, 3-point, leg lifts back up. Let's find our warrior 3, left foot in between your hands. Straighten out that right leg. Lift if you're gonna lift, or ground. If we're grounding, press the hands into the mat, use the blocks or whatever we're using here. Bring that pinky toe parallel so our hips stay square and reach. Hold this. Maybe we're starting to work on taking those airplane arms. If we do, we have an up dog in the chest. We kind of slightly lift our heart in that warrior 3. Lunge back, 3-point, left leg rises. Bend the knee, open your hip. Flip your dog, find your wheel. If you don't flip, you can work on that mad dog. Right hand reaches for the left foot before we flip. Beautiful. Remember, parallel thighs and feet if you're working into a flip dog. That's just a little bit different. And now I'm going to forget the name of the other thing, wild thing. So know that there are 2 different postures, and just know where you're going. It doesn't really matter to me. Just know where you're going and why you're going there and that alignment that you need to take you there. Come back, 3-point, bring your left leg high to the sky. Kundalini with a twist, bring your left foot in between your hands. My right knee comes in line with the left. Then I take my right palm down, my left arm reaches up. Again, I'm stacking the shoulders. I'm opening the heart. Maybe I'm taking my hands together and hooking the right elbow to the outside. Wherever you are in that twist in your Kundalini practice, breathe. Got about 3 more breaths here. On the next inhale, let's open to our half moon, left fingertips to the ground, to a block, to whatever. Open your heart, reach the fingertips, stack your hips. Maybe you're working on your balance today or candy cane, reaching for that foot and that bind. So many options, and this is such a great time because I think sometimes in class, we see other people watching us and we're like, oh shit, we don't really want to like mess up or we don't want to do this or that. And we're at home now and we got to like learn to be with ourselves and the realest way. And now we can be here working on these practices, not really worrying about what anybody else thinks and trying on something new and falling 1,000 times. It's fine. Step back into that warrior 2. Be gentle as you step the right foot back. Pivot the heel, set up in a low body. Then the inhale brings you up for the warrior 2. Hold it here for just a moment. Settle in. Skandasana, back of your mat. So now my right heel, my right knee and toes are going in the same direction. My left heel is down, toes are up. My heart's lifted. Maybe I'm working those hands out or working on my binds here. Again, a lot of options. Maybe you're playing around with some new things. And just make sure you're breathing. Stay low to the ground, walk it around, and then inhale, sweep the arms up, high lunge, top of your mat, just a transition to exhale, vinyasa. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. We're gonna move through that. 1, maybe 2 times. I just gotta keep my eye on the clock here. 1 or 2 times. I say that as if I have anywhere to be after this. I truly don't. Upstairs to do laundry, so we could be here doing this flow for however long you guys wanna be. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna right leg lift. Mountain climber prep. If you're ready to fly, create a shelf with the arms. Knee to bicep, lift the left leg up off the ground. Maybe you're working into chin stand, both legs lift. 3-point come back. Warrior 3, bring your right foot in between your hands. Left leg stays straight behind you, heel pressing to the back wall. Lunge back, 3-point, bend the knee, open your hip, flip dog, wheel, mad dog, wheel push-ups. What do you got today? Come back, 3-point. Kundalini with a twist, get low. Bring that right foot in between your hands, left knee behind the right. Twist it here. Open half moon. When we transition, you can transition straight into Skandasana. Know if that's in your practice. Transition warrior 2 and hold and then move to Skandasana, or just meet me in Skandasana. Try to keep that fluid and grace in your practice. My words are messing up. In that practice right now. Stay low to the ground, walking around. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Everything's becoming like a dance. Step back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's move to our left side. Left leg rises. Mountain climber prep. Try to fly here, create the shelf. Lift the right leg. Even if it's just that centimeter, it gets taller and taller every time. 3-point, bring it back up. Warrior 3, root the foot, lift the left leg. Reach the arms back, maybe up dogging your chest. Lunge back, 3-point, bend the knee, open your hip, flip your dog. 3-point, bring that leg back up. Kundalini with the twist, sink low. Half moon, let's open. We'll all meet in Skandasana. Use that warrior 2 if you need to step the foot back. Sink low to the back of the mat, side lunge. Walk it around through center. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, vinyasa. One more time. Right leg rises. Mountain climber prep. 3-point. Warrior 3. Lunge back, 3-point, bend the knee, open your hip, flip your dog. Come back through 3-point, reach that leg up, and then meet me Kundalini with a twist. Sink low, get everything tight here. The more you draw the belly in, the closer in you can get. Beautiful, open up half moon. Step back, find that Skandasana, stay low here. Think about sort of flying back or floating back, and then the same thing, float up, high lunge. Exhale, float back, vinyasa. Last time through, left leg rises. Mountain climber prep here. 3-point, bring that leg back up. Warrior 3, root the left foot, reach the left leg back, press the heel to the back wall. Lunge back, 3-point, bend the knee, open your hip, flip your dog, reach that heart up. It's not gonna be our last time to get upside down. Come back, 3-point. Kundalini with the twist, sink low, knee behind knee, palm down, reaching that right arm up. All right. Yeah. Half moon, so other way. So left hand comes down, half moon. Step back, Skandasana, sink low in that side lunge. Inhale, stay low, and when you get to the front of the mat, sweep the arms up, high lunge. Exhale, vinyasa. Meet me in down dog. We're gonna stay there for 5 breaths. If you lost your breath, come back. Breathe. Let's hop through to a seat, finding a boat pose. We're gonna keep working through some twists in this boat position. So we've done this a couple times before. This is something you can do too if you just wanna get like a little bit of core work in without the rest of the class, if you only have a few minutes or something. So come into your boat, take your hands to heart center. Take an inhale. Exhale, let's twist left elbow to the outside of the right knee and boat. Inhale, come center. Exhale, canoe, get long. Inhale, come up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come up. Exhale, find that canoe. Inhale, come up. Exhale, twist. So work through this. Come through a couple more. Don't worry about how many we're gonna do. Do as many as you want. And we're gonna work through a couple more of these core exercises. I'm gonna actually move to the ground. So I'm gonna move the laptop for just a moment while you guys finish this core work, and then we're gonna end this class together on the ground. Give me a couple moments here. Keep breathing. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your knees into your chest. Roll back gently onto the mats. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Let's take those feet to the ground, knees bent. Draw your heels in towards your glutes. 3 rounds, bridge or wheel. If you prefer another back bend, if you're working on some camel or you want to get into some forearm scorpion type stuff, we've got 3 rounds of back bends. I don't mind where you go, belly down, whatever. I'll walk you through bridge and wheel. So you're going to take those fingertips, graze the heels. Inhale, lift your hips for bridge and tuck those shoulders underneath. Maybe you want to support the whole way. You've got a block or you've got like whatever kind of tool. There's a few things you could use, but for whatever reason, I can only think of a phone book right now, which is completely ridiculous. It just is. I don't know why I can't think of like literally anything else. I don't know. Books. I'm at a total and complete loss. 4 packs of toilet paper that people are apparently hoarding. You could use that. Okay, if you're in that wheel, tuck your chinlets lower. If you're supporting your bridge, stay there. If you went into something like a camel or you went upside down, hit that child's pose. Counter it. And then round 2, let's lift again, bridge or wheel. Maybe you're ready to move into wheel, or you're ready to go back to a bridge or something else. Hold it here. We got 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, tuck your chins, lower down. And we have 1 more here. So last time, let's find lift wherever we're gonna go. We're gonna hold it for 10 breaths together. All right, 10 breaths. Go somewhere you can be for 10 breaths. We got 9 left. And they're big breaths too. Don't do any of this like fast, quick fire breath. Like give yourself an opportunity to open a little bit more. Breathe a little bit bigger. Keep going, we're about halfway there. Maybe my wheels, you're pressing the chest even further back to the back of the mat, straightening out your arms. Maybe those bridges, we're lifting our hips a little higher, tucking the shoulders underneath. Maybe we've got that bind or we're taking our hands to our ankles. Let's go for 2 more breaths. Lift a little higher. Don't let the countdown bring you down. Let it lift you higher for 2, 1. Wheels, tuck your chin. Everyone lower wherever you were. If you need a counter pose, hit your counter pose. Everyone meet me back, knees into your chest. I'm going to give you an option for your inversion practice. Some of you want to get upside down in your handstands. Maybe we work into shoulder stands. Waterfall, just lifting those legs up the wall. That's my ultimate favorite. It's especially good. I mean, not doing a lot of traveling right now, but it's especially good when you travel to throw those legs up a wall, like when you get to your destination or if you're at the airport or whatever. So keep that in mind when we are able to kind of freely move about again. And legs up the wall, I just love it so much. So that's a great one. And anything you want to do, you want to get into happy baby, get into your happy baby. Just start to breathe and settle back into that breath we came to class with. You're in that shoulder stand and you want to work into plow and deaf man's, make your way back. Very gently, everyone start to make your way out. Let's all come into a quick fish pose. If you do have some sort of prop, you can prop yourself up in a supported fish. Otherwise, you just kind of tuck those hands underneath your glutes. You're going to rest yourself on your elbows. So taking the elbows and forearms to the ground, lifting through the front side body, belly button all the way up through that throat chakra. Everything is open here. If you want to reach your head back, you can, or you can keep a neutral neck. Find that fish pose. Open the front side body. Then lower yourself back down, pulling your knees into your chest. We'll all meet here. Eventually allowing your knees to drape over to the right for a nice supine twist. Come back to center. Exhale to the opposite side.
What are we twisting?
We're twisting.
Oh.
Everyone inhale back to center. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Pull your forehead to your knees to your forehead. Draw everything in. Exhale, release. Find a Shavasana. Take up space. Allow your body to just feel completely supported by the earth. This is the most important part of our practice. We worked and moved to open up all of these blocked places in our body to now let this clear energy move head to toe. For some of us, that's a big feat today. Like, I know I've talked to a few people and we're feeling a little bit stressed, a little unsure, and we can just move that stuff that's sticking into our body, that stress that we're holding on to, even if it's for this hour, and just let go. And let this be the time to fill that body up with that breath, with that new energy. Acknowledge thoughts that may come up and just allow them to keep floating by. Start to bring a little movement to your fingers and toes. Reach your arms up overhead. Take a big, deep, awakening stretch. Pull your knees into your chest. Allow yourself some time to move up into a seated position with the eyes closed. Let's all take our hands together at heart center and take a moment to consider a gratitude practice, just bringing to mind 3 things in this moment that you're grateful for. Thank you all for showing up for this class today, and thank you all for being so patient and supportive as we transition the studio into an online space for you. I cannot thank you enough for how you all have showed up in so many ways for us. The light in me sees and honors the beautiful, bright, divine light that resides in each one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys, everyone. Thank you. I hope you